Sublime Text is all about user customization, and the main unit of customization is the package. Now, Sublime ships with a lot of packages right out of the box, but there are also many that you can install as well. In this video series, we're going to be covering packages that you may find useful in your usage of Sublime Text, and we're kicking that off by talking about the Mac Daddy of all packages, Package Control, which itself allows you to easily and quickly install other packages. Hello, fellow Sublime Text fanatics, Odan Nerder, and welcome to this week's video where we're going to be talking about package control. Now, this video series on a whole is about installing packages in Sublime Text that you may find useful or helpful, and how to use those packages. And the first one is going to be package control because it's the package that allows you to very quickly and easily install other packages. You could do that manually, but why, when package control will not only install them for you, it'll also keep them up to date. So as their authors fix bugs or add new features, you get those automatically without having to do anything at all. And as we've also seen previously on the channel, if you happen to be using Sublime Text across multiple different computers or multiple different operating systems, it makes it very easy for you to synchronize your settings and your packages across multiple machines with a minimum of effort. So all in all, this is a great package and definitely one that you as a Sublime Text user are going to be interested in. But if there's other packages in Sublime Text that you'd like to see covered in this video series, please let me know down in the comments section below. So we should go to the Package Control website to start because the list of packages for Sublime Text that are controlled by Package Control is rather large, and the easiest place to search for packages and get more information on them is this very website. There are a lot of packages that are available here. We can even see on the website that we have some lists that are split out for us, such as top packages and trending packages and the like. Down along the bottom of the window, we can see a real-time ticker that shows accesses that are happening right now as I'm recording this very footage of people all around the world accessing Sublime Text. And for a little bit more statistics on that, we can go up into the sidebar on the top right-hand side of the page and click on Stats to see some statistics on all of the packages and users there are. And if you'd like to be one of the people that creates packages, you might want to know that down in the description of the video, there's a link to Plugin 101, which will help you become a package and plugin author in Sublime Text. Now, the data that we see used here, by the way, this is just for serving up this web page and the list of packages to users of Package Control. The actual packages themselves are usually downloaded from other locations. So we can see just how important this service actually is. And you may be interested to know that Will Bond, the author of Package Control, runs the entire system completely out of pocket. It's not officially affiliated with Sublime HQ in any way. So if you've used Package Control over the years and found it useful and you have the means, you may want to click on the Say Thanks button over on the right-hand side of the page and use some of the options in there to say thanks to Will for all of the incredible hard work that he's done over the years. Now, as we'll see in just a moment, Package Control in Sublime Text has the ability to list packages that are available for you to install, but it is just a list. So you'd usually want to come to the Package Control website if you're not sure what packages it is that you'd like to install. There's a search item along the top part of the page that will allow you to search for packages that you may find useful, take you directly to a page that will show you information about that particular package. And the most important part of this entire page, in many respects, is the README. Now, surely there is other information on this page that is useful as well, such as the version number of the package and whether it will work on Sublime Text 3 or 4 or Windows, Mac, or Linux, and so on. But the README is a vital piece of information because many packages that are available for Sublime Text may have some configuration or setup that you need to do in order to get them working, or third-party tools you might need to install. The place to find out about that information is inside of the README for the package. So you should always, when you're installing a package for the very first time, come to Package Control and check out the README to see if there's any additional configuration steps. It's going to save you a ton of headaches. But we want to install Package Control, so how do we actually do that? Well, on the right-hand side of the page, there's some installation instructions. Click that, and we'll see that if you've used Package Control before, you may be surprised. In the past, there was a large block of code that you would have to copy and paste into the Sublime Text console in order to install Package Control. But that is no longer required because now this is a first-class citizen in Sublime Text. So what we can actually do is just jump over to Sublime. There's a menu item. All you have to do is pick that menu item, and Package Control is installed. We see a dialog. We're ready to get rolling. And in the case that this does not work for you, that installation page will have some manual installation instructions for where to download the package and where to put it. But most of the time, that is nothing that is actively required by you. Now, as a quick aside here, if you don't see this menu item, that means that package control is already installed because the menu item will hide itself if it thinks it's no longer needed. If you continue through the video and you don't see any of the package control commands, but also you don't see this menu item here, then that's a good indication that package control may have accidentally gotten itself into the list of ignored packages. So that's very easy to fix. All you need to do is go to Preferences, Settings in the menu or command palette in the right-hand pane. Look for a setting named Ignored Packages. If you see package control or the package control loader in that list, remove them, save the preferences, package control will reload, and you will be good to go. But now that we have package control installed, what can we actually do with it? Well, like many packages, the functionality is largely contained inside of the command palette, where there's a list of commands that all start with the package control prefix. Some of the most important of these are the ones we're going to talk about right now, such as the list command, which will allow you to see a list of all of packages that you have installed in Sublime Text, either manually or via package control. And if you want to know more about any of these particular packages, they should have a link in them. That link, if you click on it, will take you to your web page. It will tell you more about that particular package. But of course, we're here to install packages, and for that we want the install command. When you choose this, package control will download the list of all available packages, which might take a minute if you haven't done it recently, and you can then search for and install packages. And just like the list packages command, this is only going to show you a little bit of information. If you'd like more information about any particular package, you can click the link on it. But what you may want to do instead, if you're not sure what package you want to install, is to use the discover command, because this will open up the package control website for you directly in your browser so that you can search around and find the package that you're actually interested in using. But back in Sublime Text, what if you have a package that you have installed and you no longer need it? Well, not to worry, because there is a remove package command, which when chosen will show you a list of all of the packages, again, that you have installed yourself, to allow you to remove those packages. That will remove them permanently. Now, any configuration that you may have done for those packages, that happens in your user package, so your configuration will remain behind, but that particular package will be removed. But remember, that is removed permanently. That is, you would need to install it again. If you just want to not use a package for a little while, there are commands available for that as well, because there are the enable and disable commands that are available in here as well. Choosing that will show you either a list of packages that haven't been disabled, so you can choose one and disable it, or a list of packages that have been disabled, which you can choose to enable it again. And there's nothing really magic going on here. This is actually just editing the ignored packages setting that's available directly inside of your user settings. Just makes it a little bit nicer for us to use here. Now, we've only scratched the surface of the commands that are available for package control on the command palette, and that's because of the interests of brevity. Most of the remaining commands here are more advanced usages of package control that most users are never going to need, with the potential exception of the upgrade package command, which will check to see if any of the packages you have need to be upgraded, in case you don't want to wait for package control to search that automatically. But if you'd like more information about any of these other commands and how you use them, let me know down in the comments section below. We could do a part 2 of this video. Now, let's close this out by talking about some of the settings that you can use to control package control's operation. And much like the commands, there's a fair few of these settings that you usually don't need to touch except for extreme circumstances. So we're not going to cover all of the settings that are in here, but again, let me know down below. And it's also worth mentioning that the settings in the defaults are tuned to be what you want to use 99.9% of the time. So most of the time, you don't even need to worry about looking inside of here at all. The settings that we're going to talk about are these. First of all, auto upgrade and auto upgrade ignore. Package control automatically tries to, by default, as we can see, make sure that packages that you have installed will keep themselves up to date. It does periodic checks when Sublime Text starts to see if there are any upgrades to packages, and if so, it will upgrade those packages. You can use this to turn that off if you want to be in full control using that command palette item for upgrading a package that we talked about previously. And you can also specify that you want all packages to be upgraded except for some, which you can add to the ignore list. The other settings that you're going to find useful here potentially are the settings for installing missing packages and removing orphaned packages. These are the settings that are key to the feature that we talked about in a previous video on the channel about synchronizing your settings for Sublime Text across multiple systems. The settings that allow package control to detect that you are supposed to be using packages that aren't installed and install them, i.e. install missing setting, or that you have removed a package but it's still installed on this system, so let's get rid of it, i.e. remove orphans. That's controlled by these two settings here. As you can see, they're enabled such that you will always be able to synchronize things. And how does it know which of these? Well, for that, we're going to focus our attention to the right-hand side of the window, because the main setting that you're going to be looking at in your own package control settings is the list of installed packages. This is the list of all of the packages that you've told package control to install. So in one of those cases where you are using a package that may be causing a problem and you need to know which packages you've installed, this is the place to find those. You could very easily copy this and paste it into your list of ignored packages, for example, to ignore everything you've installed and then slowly bring things back. That, of course, is a topic for another video. So let's close this one out finally by saying that this is just the first in a series of these videos. I want to cover all of the packages that you guys want to see in Sublime Text. So please let me know down in the comment section below what else you would like to see inside of this video series. And until the next one, this is ODAT Nerd asking you to please have a sublime day.